Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be showing you guys what happens when your Grand Theft Auto Online character completely runs out of money, when both your bank account and the cash you have on you is both at zero. So about a week ago, I saw a post from a user, Martin2421, on the Grand Theft Auto Online Reddit that was essentially talking about this same thing. Like, what happens if you have zero money? Will you have to pay your assistant? What happens to your mechanic, your bunker staff? And we're going to be talking about all of that in this video. I know my friend Austin covered this as well sometime, maybe a few days ago. I'm not entirely too sure. But I've also covered the effect of one of the crazy things that does happen to your character over a year ago. In fact, almost 2 years ago. So we're going to be jumping back into this and going more in depth. So we've got a lot to talk about today. So let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. All right, so probably the biggest impact you are going to see, and that has to do with the first thing I was just discussing, is in your property. So in your apartments and your CEO offices. Two things in particular. You're going to get notifications on your screen saying that you can't use any of the utilities and you can't watch TV. That's right. You literally cannot turn your TV on, which has an impact on a couple things. If you're in the office, you can't play the video games, you can't watch TV, you can't monitor the security system that gives you feeds outside of your apartment or facility. So that's kind of a bummer. You also can't take a shower either, so apparently you haven't paid your water bill. I don't know how many people actually take showers in the game, but I did think this was funny that they actually don't allow you to do that. And apparently your apartment lights will also shut off and you won't be able to use any electricity. Now, I have been running this experiment for a couple days now, where I transported all of my money from my single player account to my secondary account. And my apartment lights have not shut off, but if they do, they will apparently look like this. So this is actually pretty cool. The apartments become dark and you can't see anything. And apparently the lights in the garage are supposed to shut off too. Now, I have not seen a photo of that, so I can't 100% confirm, but the lights in your apartments will eventually shut off. I don't know if I just need to wait longer, if I'm doing something wrong, whatever the case is, but my lights stayed on. Now, I could do pretty much anything else in the apartment that I wanted to. I could sit down in the bed, I could drink some wine, I could have the green juice. Just for whatever reason, I couldn't use the TV and I couldn't use the shower either. So one of the most interesting things about not having money in online is it actually can benefit you in some ways, which is pretty crazy to think about. So number one, all your businesses will still remain active. So whether it's your bunker or whether it's your vehicle importing and exporting, your biker clubhouse, or the finance and felony stuff, all of that will still remain fully functional. So for example, you can see I'm in my bunker here. I have items, I have supplies that they can be producing, and they are producing it, which is actually nuts. And you can still see I have $0 in my main account and bank account. Same with the import-export stuff. You can export cars if you want. You can also import cars. And what's also pretty cool is during the importing process, you guys know if you cause any damage to the vehicle, that'll be, reduced from your final payout. Well, if you actually import cars with no money, your assistant will actually send you a message saying that don't worry about it this time, the mechanic is going to comp you, meaning that you don't obviously have to pay for the damage that you did to the car while importing. So it might actually be in your best interest to import cars while you don't have any money. And that's kind of a nice tie-in to the current event week we've going on right now, where you're actually getting double payouts on vehicle cargo selling missions, which is amazing. So you could probably pair that together and create some really cool money-making combinations. Another thing playing with no money allows you to do is kind of not be responsible for your consequences. So one of the things I thought of here is you don't have to pay for vehicle insurance. So I play on the PC, which is kind of tricky because our insurance is all messed up. But if you're on one of the consoles, you could just go around blowing up people's vehicles and you won't be punished, because even though you technically will have to pay for the insurance, you can't go to negative money. There's no debt system in online. You just stop at zero. So that would be a way in which people could really just go around trolling players, is by taking advantage of the fact that they don't have to worry about paying for people's blown up cars or items or anything like that. So that's essentially one way in which you could use it in a positive light. Some people might see that in a negative light, but there is obviously way more negatives than positives here. I mean, of course, since you have no money, you literally can't buy anything. You can't do anything. You can't go to a clothing store. You can't go on any websites. You can't buy anything. So many times, if you try and purchase something, you're just going to be hit with this message saying you have insufficient funds. Would you like to add more? And it'll take you to the shark card screen. You literally can't do anything. You can't go to the strip club. You can't go to the convenience stores. You can't use car washes. So those are some of the things like you can't physically do, but also on your phone as well, you actually can't call a lot of your contacts. So for example, if you try and call the mechanic, he's just going to say, I'm busy. I'm not going to be able to deliver any of your cars. So you actually lose access to that. If you try and call a taxi cab, it's going to immediately deny you, saying you don't have funds for a basic taxi cab fare, which I thought is pretty interesting too. And remember, we have a hospital fee as well. So what happens if you end up killing yourself or you're killed in battle? Well, it actually won't take you to the hospital. And because of that, your character is going to see the adverse effects of not going to the hospital. They're going to be bloody. They're going to have bruises on them. I mean, you can see my character right now. He's got blood all over him, his shoes. It looks like he's got gaping bullet wounds all over the place. So you actually won't be able to physically heal your character. He's going to be permanently stuck in like this mode of taking damage. And probably last but not least, one of the funniest things ever is you can't even accept those annoying contact missions. That's right. Something from like Martin Madrazo costs $200 to accept. So with $0, you can't even do a mission to get yourself out of poverty and make any money that way. So I thought that that was really, really interesting. I'm sure that almost none of you guys have experienced this problem where you have absolutely $0 in your bank account and zero on your wallet itself. But if you ever do find yourself in a situation like that, well, these are some of the things you're going to have to deal with, and these are some of the things you're going to have to overcome. So anyways, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Have you noticed anything else that happens if you don't have enough money in online? The best part for me was seeing all the ridiculous notifications like, you don't have enough cash, this job costs $200, and you don't have enough for a basic taxi fare. Stuff like that I thought was pretty funny, and obviously not being able to do the basic stuff in your apartment too, like just turn on the TV. It's crazy how almost realistic Rockstar did that, and what would be more insane is if they added like a debt system that could actually put you into negative money. But I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of this. I thought it was pretty funny. I'll leave the link to the original thread in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. If you did go and enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.